All right, you guys, Jim Williams back with you in Tallahassee covering Hurricane Helene. Now I have the digital cam outside the truck that's not live, but it records. And I have another anemometer hooked up, which is showing. One thing about nighttime intersections, folks, you always need flashlights to see everything. So we had a. Wait a minute. Right, we're going to monitor that. I didn't clear it from the last time I used it, so we're right around 20, 25 mile an hour winds. Nothing big going on right now. Same thing on the Davis. The Davis instruments are working. And we've had a high gust of 31. I'm trying to pull up the remote cam that's in Monticello. And that camera may be down for the count. Bill and I were talking earlier. This is the worst connectivity problem I've ever had in any hurricane I've been in. Terrible area of course, they were hit by Idalia last year, so a lot of their infrastructure got knocked out, at least over in the Perry area, Steinhatchee. We had cameras ready to go in Steinhatchee. It performed brilliantly, actually, both cameras. One was in Keaton Beach, one was in Steinhatchee for Hurricane Idalia. Caught boats breaking loose, the storm surge coming in. It was unbelievable. And I went to go do it again for this one, and the cameras wouldn't connect. The internet is just down. They never fixed it. So I decided, why not hook one of the Bill's camera, which is a magnetic camera, put it in Monticello, which is halfway between here and Perry. And now that camera's down. So we're down to one. The roof cam, there was a good gust. Let's see what that was. Yeah, now it's really starting to blow. Whoa. 54. Just had a gust of 54. Let's see what the Davis shows. Same thing, 31. Yeah, I have to say I'm very disappointed with the roof cam. It's unstable. It's every once in a while you're able to connect to it for a few minutes, and it's not. It needs a good strong internet connection, which we do not have here. Figures it's just going to absolutely. Now Perry's going to get the eye. Let me pull up the radar. Oh boy. Yep, we're just going to get missed. I mean, it's, I was over in Perry. For those of you that aren't aware, I was in here in Tallahassee last night, stayed the night at the same hotel I'm at right now. Then decided, well, I got the cameras working again. Let's go ahead and set them up over in Steinhatchee and Keaton Beach. Got over there and they still weren't working because of the bad connectivity. So then I decided, let me stay in Perry because it looks like this storm's going to come closer to Perry than it is to Tallahassee. I purchased a room for 2 nights. Then I get the 11 a.m. from the Hurricane Center, and the track looks like it shifted left a little bit, and it was right over Tallahassee. So I, consulted Bill about it. We decided, yeah, you probably better get back over to Tallahassee. So I canceled those tickets, the price I paid for the room, got back over here, and told the people I need my room back. So they gave me another room, which is the one I have on the second floor, which looks like it's tedious at best, like the roof is ready to blow off. But anyway, so I'm staying there, and now I'm missing the hurricane, where I should have just stayed in Perry. But I've heard a lot of chasers bitching about this one, that this one was really tough because there's so many areas that are dead woods, like there's no infrastructure whatsoever, it's just woods, like a forest. Basically, between Perry and Panacea or St. Mark's, it's nothing but woods. So there's really nothing to film. And the storm surge is tremendous coming in there as well. So there's nothing on the coast, no cities or anything. So you have to go way inland like I did on I-10 and, Highway 98. And Highway 98 would be very dangerous with a system like this moving in. Category 4? Wow. I can only imagine, that what's happening around that donut right now, which is narrowly missing Tallahassee. All right. Well, let me move around a little bit. I'm trying to be a little bit conspicuous out here tonight because I've heard rumors that the cops are going apeshit over storm chasers right now. They don't like them out there filming and running around in the storm, so they've been threatening to arrest people, and I'm just trying to be incognito here and just ride around in this little parking lot. But, again, it looks as though this is going to miss us. Let's get a power flash over here. All right, pressure down to 972. 972 on the 97199. I told Bill I thought I'd get around 960, light, high 960s. But this is passing. You can measure this eye. Yeah, the eye is about 51 miles to my southeast. Eye is 51 miles southeast of Tallahassee. If I play my card, if I get lucky tonight, I won't lose electric at the hotel. Tallahassee is on the weaker side of the system, so it's quite possible that there's only going to be sporadic outages in Tallahassee, and they're going to have been extremely lucky. Because had this veered off to the left at all, that core came over here, it'd be a different ball game. Still trying to connect to the Monticello cam. Can't do it. (11:15 p.m.) Thursday, September 26th. Jim Williams covering Hurricane Helene, making landfall in the Big Bend. Second time. This is the third time now in 13 months. Think about this for a minute. They've had a Category 3 Idalia, 120 mile per hour winds. I think of 125, I think it was. 953 millibars. Then we had Debbie, Category 1, earlier this year. And now we have Helene hitting the same exact area again. It's amazing. You don't see an eye hit the same thing 3 times. And it's happened within a 13-month period. It's truly incredible. Ah, got it. That is the camera on top of the truck. So let me pan and tilt, and I can show you it zooms. Let's see. You see the anemometer spinning on the back there? There's the back rack. So for example, we can zoom in on this, whatever that building is there. And I can show you the Davis instruments. Whoops. There's the Lexan glass that you're aiming at. I don't know if that's something hitting it up there. That's the microphone. I just muted the sound. It's obnoxious. not sure if you're able to see what I'm seeing. Like, I'm able to see something's not right here. Ah, crap. Well, at least I got it working. That's working. I'm having trouble getting this lined up. There it is. Now, if we could just get the remote cam going in Monticello, we'd have it made. What did I do? $971.5. My gust is still 31 on the Davis. And on the other one, it's 54. It's a big discrepancy in the difference in wind. Wish we had the Monticello cam, because that thing is getting nailed right now and it's not connecting. passing east of Tallahassee. It's like Tallahassee's going to get the glancing blow show out of this. Oh, that's right. We got the scanner to play here. Let's see if we can pick up anything. Okay, Helene has made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane, Big Bend, Florida region at 11:10 p.m. Eastern Time, just east of the mouth of the Osceola River. This is about 10 miles west-southwest of Perry, Florida. Based on data from Air Force reconnaissance aircraft, the maximum sustained winds are near 140 miles per hour. Minimum pressure 938 millibars, 27.70 inches. So let me change the scroller. Well, there was a good gust. Pressure was 938. It was 939. 938. Oh, man. Moving north-northeast at 24 miles per hour. .40-mile-per-hour winds. All right, so it's official. It made landfall at 11:10 p.m. just west of Perry. 140 mile per hour winds, 938 pressure. You know, the tropical models, some of them had it pegged at, nine and the nine teens, 920s. So they were onto this. Not quite this, I mean, they were stronger than this, but had the right idea. But I'm here in Tallahassee, and we're getting the glancing blow show. Show you that radar again. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I mean, the eye is right over Perry right now. Wonder if ice cyclone is there. It's probably right there in Perry. Hearing crickets, but in Monticello, they're not going to get the eye. Well, maybe. No, I don't think so. So our camera there didn't get the eye anyways. Oh boy. Well, all right, Jim Williams here with you. It is 11:33 p.m. Thursday, September 26th. We have a. Turn that light on. I don't know if you could see me. We have a Category 4 hurricane hitting just west of Perry, 10 miles, and still moving northeast at 24 miles per hour. So Dowling Park, uh, Madison, Mayo, Monticello, all getting hit really hard right now by the eye wall of Hurricane Helene. Meanwhile, Tallahassee is getting very lucky. I mean, look at this. And right where I'm sitting, it's like, you know, just getting the yellows here. Okay, Bill, you got anything new for me? You can text over. Trying to get the youth to going again here. This has been really not a very big deal for Tallahassee. 31 miles per hour. $54 miles per hour on the other anemometer. That's the worst they get. Boy, they're going to be dancing in the streets of Tallahassee. Oh, boy. Over 1 million customers without power in the state of Florida, courtesy of Power Outage US. Okay. Yeah, let me find some radio stations here. Maybe we got some AM. It's,
Sure. But I would say that, certainly winds will be fairly light by the time we get into early tomorrow afternoon.
Mark Thibodeau with us from the Weather Channel. So, Mark, is it official, landfall?
Yes, we've had landfall. Landfall based on Doppler radar image. The landfall occurred at about 11:10 p.m. about 10 miles west-southwest of Perry. With 938 millibar pressure, winds of 140 miles an hour, 27.70 inches on the home barometer. So yes, making landfall as a Category 4 hurricane, one of the strongest, if not the strongest hurricane ever in the Florida Big Bend area to make landfall at that strength. North to northeast movement now, 24 miles an hour. As we look at the Doppler, moving up quick, through Perry. Perry's in the eye right now, moving up toward Madison. Valdosta is going to be getting into that northern eye wall within about the next hour. And then after that, inland up through Georgia as a hurricane up to basically Macon, Category 1 hurricane. And then up towards latest computer runs are tracking the inland track of this as we look at it as it moves through Georgia.
Sounds like we got a little interference on the radio
here. And then maybe a little east of Macon, and then maybe up well east of potentially Lake Lanier, and up into up the sort of towards the Raven Gap region of northeast Georgia. So east of Atlanta a little bit by 50 to 70 miles, somewhere in there, maybe a little more as a crow flies. That might keep the worst winds out of the immediate Atlanta area. I think Macon still is in for some very strong winds, possibly over 70, 80 miles an hour. Valdosta can gust to 100 maybe, potentially. And then big winds for the upstate of South Carolina starting tomorrow morning, and into western and central North Carolina through the morning as well. And then into East Tennessee. And keep in mind, tropical storm all the way through Georgia and into eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, somewhere in there, depending on where it decides to exactly go. Central pressure tomorrow, 12Z Friday morning. So that's just meteorology talk there. So it's a little late, rains a little bit. It's 12Z, which is 8 a.m. Tomorrow morning, 974 millibars. The GFS hurricane model has it at that pressure just a little west, about over Clemson, South Carolina, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's how quick this thing's moving.
Wow.
And then everybody's hurricane to the north, too. High wind warnings up in eastern Tennessee, wind advisories up south of Chicago, Indianapolis. So just really, wow, a lot of impacts with this as it moves inland. So for us, we're not done yet. The eye has moved east of Tallahassee. I don't even really think we're going to get into the true western eye wall the way it's looking to me. It may be eastern Leon County with that, but I really think that we've kind of missed the direct western eye wall on this, which is, it doesn't mean we're totally out of the woods with this hurricane, but that's just trying to find a bit of a silver lining for everybody, considering all the weather that we've had to deal with tonight. Right now, for instance, the weather conditions here, the winds are north at 16 at Quincy Municipal Airport, gusting to 29 miles an hour. That's pretty close to us. And then overnight, we do still think there could be a few gusts, maybe 50, 60 miles an hour, especially east of Tallahassee, and then heading up into southern Georgia. So we did not take a direct hit in the capital city from this, but it did drive right over basically Perry, within 10 miles, and the eye is fully on shore now. Hurricane Helene moving northeast at 24 miles an hour, still a Category 4 hurricane.
Said a gust of 23.
Area of Florida, and it still will be a hurricane just about up to Macon, Georgia, as we head through the next several hours.
We've got flash flood warnings through southern Georgia. A lot of our listening area impacted by that. The last time we visited, we saw a couple of tornadoes that had been seen on the radar and seen by emergency management in a couple of the areas. Anything else popping up there, Mark?
Well, right now, we're not seeing any new tornado. We don't have any tornado warnings right now. We just have, like you said, we do have a bunch of flash flood warnings. Let's go over those real quick, because that's obviously very important, too. In addition to, we've been talking about the winds all night, but Dixie County, Eastern Franklin, Gadsden, Jefferson, Lafayette, Leon, Madison, Taylor, and Wakulla County are on a flash flood warning until 3:15 in the morning on Friday. That's just obviously because of all the rain that's fallen. There's going to be flooding of small streams, creeks, highway, streets, underpasses. Just obviously, if you don't have to get out tonight, unless it's an absolute emergency, I would not even try it. Just let the crew, because, it's dark. We don't really know truly, where there's debris and where there's not, and where there's down trees, down power lines, and where there's not. So, good idea just to obviously stay inside tonight, so unless it's just like a dire emergency. And plus, we don't know where the flooded roads are, because it's dark. We can't really see that either. If you go with power outages, you can't see where the water is with power outages either. So that's the flash flood warning situation. The winds, obviously they're going to stay strong for a couple more hours. And we still have got the overnight risk of a couple of tornadoes with this particular storm system. We are in a tornado watch, for much of the Big Bend area. Let me pull up the exact time where my radar's got so much. It's one of those deals where my radar has so much going on that let me just see what that was watch goes. So sorry about that. I apologize. Let's see here. We do have a tornado watch basically just east of Tallahassee, Florida, eastern Florida, including Jacksonville, all the way down to Tampa, southern Georgia, and the coastal waters till 6 a.m. in the morning. So I really think east and center, east of Tallahassee, up in the southeast Georgia, places like Savannah.
Yeah, I got 45 miles to my east is where the center is right now.
100, 200 miles thereabouts east of where the center makes landfall. So where you look for those inland tornadoes. That threat will advance northward as we head through the wee hours of the morning up towards places like Augusta and then into the Carolinas.
Sure.
I don't think places like Atlanta or Macon are going to be in a big tornado threat because the center is going to be too close. But east of the center is where you get the tornado quadrant. So you really, these systems, there's really nothing good about it. You take the pick. Either you're in the tornado quadrant or you're facing maybe part of the eye wall. So it's just one of those things. But the good news is it's moving quick. It should be out of our hair very quickly overnight and into trial, and then the restoration can begin of all the power.
Mark, thanks very much. We'll talk again in just a little while. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mark Thibodeau with us from the Weather Channel. I'm going to do this. Robert has been so patient. Robert, thanks for calling in. What do you have to share?
I'm in Fort Brayton, and at 11:25, rain is heavy. It's blowing horizontal. The trees are swaying, lightning, and so we're right in it out here now at Fort Brayton.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the update. We are, I got to move along because Governor Ron DeSantis is now addressing the media with the latest information.
In the Big Bend section of Florida, Deckle Beach, it is a Category 4 storm with maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour. It is moving northeast at 24 miles per hour. Hurricane force winds are extending up to 60 miles from the center of the storm, and tropical storm force winds are extending 300 miles from the center of the storm. I'm joined here, of course, by Kevin Guthrie, the Division of Emergency Management Executive Director, as well as Dave Kerner, Executive Director of the Florida Highway Patrol. We have had a report of a fatality on the roadway. Car driving on I-4 near Ybor City in Tampa was hit when a sign fell onto the highway. So that just shows you that it's very dangerous conditions out there. You need to be right now just hunkering down. Now is not the time to be going out. Not only are we seeing it hit landfall here in northern Florida, you're still seeing surge and water rising in parts of Florida far south from the Big Bend area. So you look at southwest Florida, you look at the Tampa Bay area, you're seeing really significant amounts of surge. There's going to be streets that are flooded and will continue to flood all up and down the west coast of Florida. So it's hazardous conditions right now. And please, do not be going outside until things settle down. We know that travel on the roads can be hazardous, and we typically, unfortunately, will have fatalities in every storm from that. When you are out on the roads in the middle of one of these storms, that is very, very dangerous. So please do not do that. Stay put. Also, if you're sheltering in place, know your surroundings in terms of trees. You are going to see trees that are going to get knocked down. I'm sure some have already been knocked down. But you have these 140 mile an hour winds hitting here in North Florida. This is going to extend. I mean, you're going to have hurricane force winds that are going to extend across a couple of counties to the east and west of Taylor County. And that's going to cause trees to fall down. If you are in an area where you have that, please take precautions there. Treat it almost like a tornado as that's going by you for there. We have many major bridges that have been closed throughout today at various points. Most of the major bridges, of course, in places like Tampa Bay have been closed, and they will be open as soon as it's safe to reopen them. We have FDOT, they're standing by. As soon as it's safe, they're going to go in there, do the inspections, and get those bridges open again. You may, if you're here in North Florida,
I don't know what happened to the audio. trying to pull up the Eufy. Maybe it interfered with it. And winds here about 30 to 40 miles per hour. You notice on the radar we got this real deep red band that's about to move in. I'm just waiting to see what that does before I call it here. But we did have a landfall 11:10 p.m. just southwest of Perry, 10 miles southwest, as 140 mile per hour hurricane, 938 pressure. And I should have stayed in Perry, and it's just one of those things that you live and you learn. Well, you don't learn because every storm is a judgment call, right? You have to, but I mean, I could have driven over there, but I would have been trapped if all these trees down and everything to get back here for the hotel that I just paid for. I would have never been able to get back. So it was either or. It was either stay in Tallahassee or go to Perry. And I made the wrong choice. It's simple as that. But it's good news for the people of Tallahassee. I'm happy for the people that didn't have to go through a major catastrophe with a billion trees. Not that it's over, and I'm not saying there's not going to be some problems, but they escaped what could have been a mega disaster. Yeah, this Eufy has been very disappointing. Get a high gust on the what do they call it? Fine line instrument that I have on the back, 54 miles per hour, and the Davis was 31. I don't see how there could be that big of a difference, but oh, okay, let's see if we can pick up our camera. Where is it? Oh, no. No, it's not back. I'm not getting it. Oh, there it is. That's our camera in Monticello. Blowing pretty good there. Looks like it's probably blowing about 50 or 60 miles an hour. Again, this is our camera in Monticello, which probably is not going to get the eye, although... Let's see. Monticello. No. Yeah, they're right. You see Monticello, but they're south of I-10, that camera. So they're in the deep reds right now. That's why you're seeing all that bad weather. Yeah, we have a gust around 30. Well, it's definitely blowing harder there than it is here. We're consistently in the 30 mile per hour range here.
advice, go out on the roadways. We may have some more road, and you may have had folks get caught up in storm surge. I mean, we don't know, but I think it's likely that one or some of those things will have happened by tomorrow. But no, we don't have any reports of any fatalities other than the one traffic fatality. But I would imagine that will
chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the evening. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Monday, west winds around 5 knots. Waves 1 foot or less. Protected waters smooth. A slight chance of thunderstorms. A chance of showers until late afternoon. Then a slight chance of showers late.
It really is blowing there pretty
Monday
good.
Night, west winds around 5 knots. Waves 1 foot or less. Protected waters smooth. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the evening. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms.
What is a guy doing
midnight.
driving around with a boat
Tuesday,
on a trailer in the middle of a hurricane?
Waves 1 foot or less. Protected waters smooth. A slight chance of thunderstorms. Tuesday night,
That makes
northwest
no
winds
sense
around
to me.
5 knots, becoming north after midnight. Waves 1 foot or less. Protected waters a light chop. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the evening. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms late. Winds and waves higher and near thunderstorms. The coastal waters forecast for the following. Coastal waters from Okaloosa, Walton County line to Mexico Beach out to 20 nautical miles, and waters from Okaloosa, Walton County line to Mexico Beach 20 to 60 nautical miles. Tropical
24
storm
mile per
warning in
hour.
effect. Tonight, tropical storm conditions expected. Northwest winds 25 to 35 knots with gusts up to 50 knots. Seas 12 to 16 feet, occasionally to 20 feet, building to 13 to 18 feet, occasionally to 23 feet after midnight. Wave detail, south 14 feet at 14 seconds and northwest 10 feet at 7 seconds. Protected waters very rough. Rain early this evening. A slight chance of thunderstorms until early morning. A chance of rain late this evening, then a slight chance of rain after midnight. Friday, tropical storm conditions possible. West winds 25 to 30 knots, diminishing to 20 to 25 knots in the afternoon. Seas 9 to 13 feet, occasionally to 17 feet, subsiding to 6 to 8 feet, occasionally to 10 feet in the afternoon. Wave detail, south 10 feet at 12 seconds and west 9 feet at 7 seconds. Protected waters very rough. Friday night, southwest winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet, occasionally to 8 feet. Wave detail, west 5 feet at 6 seconds and south 3 feet at 9 seconds. Protected waters choppy. Saturday, southwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Wave detail, west 4 feet at 5 seconds and south 2 feet at 8 seconds. Protected waters a moderate chop. Saturday night, southwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Wave detail, southwest 3 feet at 6 seconds. Protected waters a moderate chop. Sunday, southwest winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming west 5 to 10 knots in the afternoon. Seas around 2 feet. Wave detail, southwest 2 feet at 6 seconds. Protected waters a moderate chop. Sunday night, southwest winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas around 2 feet in the evening, then 1 foot or less. Protected waters a light chop. Monday, west winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves 1 foot or less. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Monday.
Let's see what the radar's doing.
We're going to hand it over to the overnight coverage from WCTV or go back to regular programming. Whatever our bosses decide we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. And then we'll be back at 6 a.m. with our program, and we're just going to kind of pick up where we leave off, whenever that is. But we're gonna stay with you until. And there are a few things that really go into that. most importantly, being able to speak to you about some of the most important things now. Because this is that time frame where people start going to their portable generators, standby generators. There are two different kinds of standby generators, and we're going to break down the differences of those. We'll be hearing from Mark Thibodeau from the Weather Channel shortly. We expect to get another call from Mark and get a little bit more of an update. He'll be with us until the duration of our coverage. But we have done our best to keep you abreast of what we know is going on, and you are.
All right. Notice on that radar, again, my GPS position just to the east of that deep red band. I'm waiting to see what that does. It keeps teasing and then backing off and teasing and backing off, so I don't know. That looks like it's almost part of the eye almost, in a sense. So you should get some strong northwest winds when that hits. I've lost NOAA weather radio. It's not picking it up anymore. Oh, well. All right, so here is our wind history. The yellow is tropical storm force winds, and the red are hurricane force winds. And you can see the Yucatan did not get hit by hurricane force winds, only tropical storm force. Same with Cuba. All of the peninsula, tropical storm force winds. Large system. I mean, you don't normally see a swath that wide. And there's your hurricane force wind swath field, which probably is going to cover Panacea. It's very close. And of course, you've got Cedar Key, and you've got Steinhatchee in there. Perry, of course. The eye passed right over. Boy, Perry seems to be a target for hurricanes. It's already starting to impact South Carolina. And there's your rain forecast. Not bad, really. Whoop! Just heard a transformer blow. Wow. I just heard a loud explosion like a transformer. And wind sustained at 25. Pressure's going back up, 971.64. It was down to 970. So I maxed it low pressure here at 970 in Tallahassee. I mean, that's not the final, but that's about it. Looks like about as close as it's going to get. Let's see, 3 hours. That's still dropping. There's the remainder of the track. Takes it through Georgia, Tennessee, Indiana. Post-tropical, I'm assuming. Still getting some pretty good gust over here. Yeah, it was just... It's still gusting around 30. Cameron Monticello. There's a guy driving around with a Bobcat. I don't understand people driving around with trailers in a hurricane. There's another one with a boat. They're just driving in circles. It makes no sense. It'd be interesting to see if they get the eye, but I don't think they will. It just went just east of there. Again, I'm interested in what's going to happen when this red feeder band comes over, but it keeps teasing, staying just to the west. It's currently 12:16 a.m. Jim Williams, HurricaneCity.com, covering Hurricane Helene making landfall in the Big Bend, Florida area. Made landfall near Perry at 11:10 p.m. Or was it midnight? I can't. No, it was 11:10 p.m. 140 mile per hour winds, 938 millibars. I passed over Perry. Should have been there. So that feeder band is kind of weakening a little bit. They're going to talk about a close call for Tallahassee. My God. the size of that thing. From North Florida all the way over to Alabama. Up into Georgia. This was police. I'm telling you, that backside feeder band's going to nail us. It's just a matter of time. Let's see. Let's just show them. No, I don't think they're going to get in the eye. They're just getting the western end of the circulation eye wall. Here's what it looks like there. As you can tell, there's a big difference between there and here. When you get the western eye wall compared to just some feeder bands, we're talking 25 to 35 mile an hour winds here. Meanwhile, they're probably getting 40 and 50. Got all kinds of debris blowing around. And folks, this is not 140 mile per hour winds. The 140 mile is on the right hand quadrant of the eye. Over who knows what they got over there for damage, but this is not. This is the weak side of the eye, and this is probably 80, 90 mile an hour gust, if that. All right, folks, I'm going to stop this broadcast and create one more for the feeder band that's about to come in here, and then we're going to wrap it. So I'm going to be back with you in a few